A live odds screen is a must-have tool for sports bettors, similar to the importance a hammer would be for a carpenter. I couldn't imagine not using a live odds screen during my game selection process. In this video, I'm going to explain what a live odds screen is beyond the obvious, and then I'll explain the benefits of using one, and I'll do a quick review of some of the different options we have for odds screen services. Before I jump in, I did do a video series on how to interpret a live odds screen and the general navigation. If you want to check that out, I'll link it in the top right-hand corner now. It'll also be linked in the description of this video. Now, I run a sports betting educational Discord and do a lot of lessons on using a live odds screen, how to read and analyze the screen. I interact with a lot of new sports bettors. Many of them think a live odds screen is only used to see the current lines at sports books, and although that is one very basic function, it can be used for much more than that, but it is still extremely valuable if that's all you use it for, because the most common question I get asked is, what's the number one most helpful tip for sports bettors? Now, I always answer this with line shopping. Concept is easy, anyone can do it. It will 100% help you lose less long term. Line shopping is exactly what it sounds like. You're searching for the best available line for that game. Even if you only have access to bet on one sports book, you should still want to know if you're getting a good number at that sports book by comparing it to other books. So rather than going to each sports book and logging in to check the odds, a live odds screen has all the lines in real time. But if you are serious about betting, you don't want to have just one single option to bet at one single sports book. The more options, the better, because every half point matters. For example, if you're looking to bet the Phoenix-Memphis game and you have access to, say, bet at MGM, DraftKings, and FanDuel, a live odds screen will tell you which one to bet at. If you're betting Memphis, then it's bet MGM. If you want Phoenix, it's DraftKings or FanDuel. Maybe the worst approach or thought process you could have is, well, it's only a half point difference, so it doesn't really matter. A lot of times it won't matter, but it will 100% make a difference long term. Getting the best of the number is a huge part of being a successful sports bettor. So that's why I say if a live odds service was used only for line shopping, then it's worth it there alone. But it can be used beyond that than just showing you current lines. It's actually showing you the opinions of the betting market as a whole, and it can answer a lot of questions you should want to know before making a bet, like where a line opened at, which is the starting point of what I refer to as the life cycle of a betting line. The opening line is the first available line to bet, and each sportsbook makes their opening line available at different times, some much earlier than others. How each sportsbook adjusts the line from open to close can be very telling. There's a reason behind each line move, and you should ask yourself why. A line move could be related to something as simple as player injury news, but in general, we want to try and determine if a line move is being caused by respected bettors or sharp bettors as they're referred to. Sportsbooks put a lot of effort into profiling bettors and labeling them sharp or recreational, so when a sports bettor makes a bet, that sportsbook will adjust the line, but not all line moves can be identified as sharp action. We can look at the line history for each matchup and try to determine this. Now, depending on the sport, there are impact points during the life cycle of a betting line. A sport like the NFL has a long life cycle, typically like a week. NBA and MLB are generally less than 24 hours. Having a good sense of the betting market for each sport can help you not just react to line moves, but more importantly, anticipate them as well. A sport like the NFL has many different impact points that you want to be aware of, like when teams submit their injury reports or coaches' press conference. These will impact the betting lines. And even in more recent years, knowing when certain pick selling services release their plays or their podcast schedules. Some of these Telegram groups have 3 or 4,000 followers, so no matter what the bet is, sharp or not, if there's thousands of bettors all betting the same game in a matter of minutes, it's going to impact the betting line. But again, not all line movements are the same, and that's because not all sportsbooks are the same, and knowing the difference between the sportsbooks is extremely important. There's sharp books, market makers, and square books and copycats. A line move at DraftKings is much less meaningful than a line move at, say, Circa and Pinnacle, and that's because of the type of bettors each sportsbook caters to. A sportsbook like DraftKings goes to extreme lengths to keep winning bettors from betting at their sportsbook, but It's the opposite for books like Circa, Pinnacle, Bookmaker, who, cater to winning bettors. Knowing the difference between the sharp books and square books might be the most important factor when reading a live odds screen. Now, I have lessons on this exact topic posted in the Discord community I run that explains each sports book, along with other lessons explaining the value of points in each sport. Everyone should know the key numbers in a sport like football and line moves on or off these key numbers. Learning how to interpret and analyze a live odds screen is absolutely worth taking the time to learn. But what odds services should we use? As bettors, we have several options for live odds services. There are a couple different free options, but just like with most things in life, you get what you pay for. So the odds service that charges a subscription fee is going to be far and away better than the free options. You want a live odds service that actually has live odds in real time. It does you no good if you identify a sharp line move, but it's delayed 2 minutes, but you can't go and beat the line move betting it at one of your slower moving accounts. Price of the subscription obviously is a big factor when it comes to paying for information or data. It's hard enough to win money betting sports, so we must also factor in any overhead spent. You need to be able to justify the cost spent. If you bet $10 or $20 a game, you can't really justify spending money on an odds service. But as of right now, you can pay just $100 per month for access to Odds Logic, which is a service I use and have probably seen me use in other videos. I don't have a promo code or make money for saying this. It's just my own opinion. For the product and the price, you can't beat what Odds Logic has to offer. And just for comparison, $100 per month, other leading odds service providers cost way more. All the members of my Discord use Odds Logic, and I do market analysis lessons in the Discord using examples in real time of how we want to use the information to make smarter, more well-informed bets. The invite link to join the Betting Network Discord is in my bio or on all social media platforms. If you found this video helpful or informative and could give this video a thumbs up or a like, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'm really good about responding. But that's all I got for this one. Until next time, good luck with your bets.